All right, well, my name is Richard Gillette, and I work at Omnibund, which is a software development company, and I'm here to talk about a app that we have called Acilos, which is a social media aggregator and kind of way to get all your social media feeds into one place, into a database, and do some data metrics on them. So I was going to start just by doing a rundown of the app. So you can log in with any one of Instagram, Google, Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn currently, and we federate login through them, and it'll take you back to the app. It gives you an authentication token, which we use to authenticate calls on your behalf with their APIs to get data, and then put it in our database. So we'll not save the password. Hide that. So this is the main feed. All social media outlets have their own idea of a scrolling wall. So we normalize all the different data into one standard activity object, and then we query that, and we built our own kind of post object, and we put it on the wall here. So here you see Instagram and Facebook, and apparently just those two, but we've normalized the data so that it all looks the same. We give you a few options, like you can favorite specific posts, or you can favorite a person. And this is something that is nice about Acilos, because you can't really do these things on your standard social media outlets like Facebook or Twitter. You can't really favorite or go back. And here, because we save all the data locally, you can add extra attributes to it, like favoriting and starring. So because we save it all into a database, we index based on a few things like the title of the post or the post data, so you can do searches. And that's all right. So with this, it searches the database across all the indexes for all different accounts and finds anything with the word happy in it. And we tried to make it very Google-esque. So if you quote something, it'll do exact string searches. If you do a user : it'll search specific keywords for a user, which I think is all explained right here. Yeah. So you can search by service, by user, or you can search exactly for things like that. And we try to do inclusive and exclusive searches, so you can pinpoint what exactly you're looking for. From here also, we let you post to the specific site. So here you can reply and retweet and favorite, which is, for Twitter. Comment and like is for Instagram. We try to do whatever they can do, but of course all 5 of them work differently, so we try to normalize them. Our one thing that we've added is blasting, where you can take a post and shoot it to all other accounts that you have authenticated. So this way you can take posts between accounts, but I'm not going to do that. So when you search, you can save custom feeds. So here again, we'll search for happy, and we can save this. And this goes into custom feeds. Local feeds are your wall data from your friends and what you put on your accounts. And public is what is called the fire hose for the different social media accounts. So you can go search Twitter, Facebook, or Google for the most trending topics for a word and save those feeds as well. So local feeds, here's the happy feed, and there's everything we were just looking at. And now I can jump over to query, and these, instead of being local to your friends, are off the fire hose. So if we search happy on Twitter, give it a second to search a few million tweets, and here's all of the currently trending data for the word happy on Twitter, and you can save these as well. So this would be happy feed public. You also have options to merge it into your main feed if you want. So now we have public custom feeds and local custom feeds. Let's see, in data mining, we get not only the posts, but also the users as well. So if you go to the people, you can look for the chattiest people, alphabetic searches for your users. Which one is this? The most recent posters, the people who've talked most recently, and friends of friends, which are people who you do not have in your friends list, but who have commented on accounts that you are friends with. So they're kind of second degree. And then they'll just take you to the specific data just for the people there. Here, earlier I favorited and I liked a post. There's the post that I favorited. And you can also look at favorite people, and it'll give you every post from that user that you have saved. Inputting all the data into a data store, we can do analytics on it. We use an open source JavaScript data visualizer and grapher called D3. And they give you a lot of really easy standard ones like generating word clouds for people, or you can do bar graphs for user data. It really depends on how you feed the data into it, but here is the top 50, or let's say the top 20 posters. There's a game developer, there's a stand-up comedian, so those are the people talking the most. You can also do graphs by service. I have more Facebook people talking than Instagram, so you can kind of get data metrics on your data pool once it grows to a nice size. Much like blasting, you can post as well. So these are completely novel posts. Blasting is sharing. These are how you would post between people. But I'm not gonna post here. So we did the public query. We give you a few settings to manage the app. So here you can add and remove new accounts. So I can go here to look at all of my authenticated accounts and re-authenticate them. And it shows you, let's see, Google's token has expired. Twitter's token is good until revoked. Facebook gives you a token for 6 months. Instagram is good until revoked. You can also disable login, so only one person can log in at a time based on one account. Or you can go in and add duplicates for other accounts. So here I could add a second Facebook account as long as I gave it a new color and logged in with a different account. So you could support 3 Facebooks per one account and give them all different colors and manage pretty much all of your accounts through this app. Here you can merge your contacts, because usually you'll have friends in multiple services. So I could have a friend in Facebook and a friend in Twitter, and here I could click on the 2 of them, merge contacts, and this would basically merge Huffington Post with whoever I clicked on. There you go. Now New York Cartoons and Huffington Post are the same person. Or you could unmerge it if you don't want that anymore. So you can kind of group all your friends together. Let's see, to manage the app. No? All right, apparently that one's not working. There's ways to back up and download your data. All of these instances are spun up on Amazon T2 micros. So they have about 500 gig or 500 megs of RAM and maybe a gig or 2 of storage space. So even though we're saving this all into JSON, eventually you're going to run out of space. So here you can back it up into JSON and locally download the files, and it'll delete it from the database. And you can also upload and restore those as well. So you try and manage your data. You could always spin this up on a larger node, but the T2 micros are the free tier eligible ones, so that's probably going to be your cheapest option. Let's see what other stuff's in settings. That was all settings. And then in help, we have just kind of a help page, takes us right to Acilos here and tells you kind of what I'm talking about, how to use the app, different walkthroughs that we've done. And there's some email links on here. You can always email with questions or comments. And of course, it's an open source project on GitHub, so you can go to GitHub and search Acilos, and it'll come up, and you can leave pull requests or bug reports. And then in our About page, we use a few other open source products like, let's go, of course, GitHub. We use Elasticsearch for our database. The Dojo framework is what we are writing it in, and the Dojo Mama framework developed by Clemson is what the app structure's in. We use a few clients to help us log in and manage account tokens with the social media clients. So Twitter, Abraham client we use for Twitter. Nerve Tattoo is a client we use to talk to Elasticsearch. D3 is the data-driven documents that we use to graph data in the analytics tabs there. So we just wanted to give, a little link to the sites there for people we're using and give them their due credit. And really, that's the whole thing. I don't really know if I should turn it off. That guy kind of took off. What other stuff can I talk about? That's pretty much it. All of it's live data, so giving talks like this is terrifying because you can't search any words without getting inappropriate results. I clicked on Sharif a second ago, and 3 girls are on a couch, and I'm like, ooh, next slide. So currently, I think the only 2 real bugs in it are LinkedIn is just a huge bug. Luckily, they've rolled back their API, so that's going to be removed because we're not paying them money for it. And Facebook has changed a lot of the permissions, which I have a fix for, but I haven't pushed it to GitHub yet. But as the different social outlets change, so does the code need to change with it. And there's not really anyone developing this product anymore. So it's slowly dying, and it needs the community to support it. So whoever I'm talking to right now, go log on and fix it. Otherwise, that's really it. The post page is totally not loading. There should be like a whole thing right here for... Does it load later? Oh, noes. No, it doesn't. Yeah. Should I inspect element? Is that tacky in a conf thing? Yeah, it's educational. What's wrong with it? F5. Get domains worked. Twitter logo, authenticate. It's got the domain. Why won't the thing load? Let's, where's the console? Here we go. Load new, get. This is apparently what... Oh, am I using a minified version? All right, let's try the other one. This might be the minified, and this one might be the source. The source might work better. Instagram. No. Well, do either of you two fine people have any questions about this app that I can answer? Favorites. What was I doing again? Post. Yeah, so there we go. It must be the difference. The build must do something to it. So here's your file uploader. You can choose a file here if they have any. I don't know. I'm not going to pick anything. And then you upload, and you can post now or you can post later. So initially we developed this thing as a personal solution for, I guess, teenagers to manage all their Twitter accounts or whatever. But most of the interest has been businesses. So we've been trying to tailor. People really like this feature because I guess people like Hardee's and Carl's Jr. have 9 Twitter accounts that they need to manage, and that's some poor guy's job. And this will make it a lot easier. And it lets you, be able to post something at 9 o'clock, but not have to be there at 9 o'clock. So you can still keep your hours. Post history. Oh, word. That's new. Nice. So that's really it. Helps you manage your people. It's written in JavaScript. The backend's PHP.